All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Richard's Fat Man Getting Fit. This is the show where I give myself health advice and talk about my general state of health and hope that some of that information applies to you. I do this with my shirt off in order to show you what I look like and what my state of health is. If this bothers you, hey, you can just listen to the video and not look at it. That is a possibility. I'm not saying you have to look at this. In addition, for every 1,000 subscribers I get, I do purchase one of these bracelets from the company 4Ocean. 4Ocean pulls a pound of trash out of the ocean every time I do that. If you would be so kind as to comment, like, and subscribe, you'll be doing your part for a better world. Now, I am making this video again. I am leaving the previous one up. I think this is actually the third time I've made this video. This is my 2024 edition of the 3 considerations of health. Alright? I'm going to make this video probably every year from this point forward. Yep, I mean, it's something that I should remind myself constantly. It's something I should remind you of constantly. 3 considerations of health. What are they? They are quantity of life, or quality of life, quantity of life, and impact of life. All right? What does this mean? Okay, quality of life. If what you're doing to be healthy makes you miserable, what's the point? Okay? I'd rather be fat and jolly than skinny and miserable. You know, if you said, well, I'm going to give you $1 million if you could lose 100 pounds in a week. All right, there's no way I'm doing that without lipo. You know, it's just, even if I exercise all day, even if I'm pumping myself full of drugs, it's not going to happen. If you said a month, I could do that. All right, and how would I do that? Well, you know, I would buy a slushy machine. I would eat nothing but ice and vitamins. I would exercise all the time. I would sleep in pools of water with ice cubes floating in them. I would basically freeze the fat off. And that would suck. But if I could do that for a month, okay, if I could do that for a month and lose 100 pounds and get $1 million, the rest of my life would be pretty easy. I would never have to work again. I would never have any problems again. I would just basically go around and say, yep, okay. Then I would be able to do whatever I want. Okay, so you say, well, I mean, but you want to be fit. Why don't you just do that? Because it sucks and it's expensive? I mean, you have to be really motivated to do that, and, you know, it's not worth it. It's also really dangerous, and it can impact my overall health in a negative way, which brings us to the quantity of life. If you're doing something that is taking away the length of your life, you shouldn't be doing it for your health. Okay, this is something that actually happened. There was a drug out there called Fen-Phen. And doctors were selling the crap out of Fen-Phen. And I remember I talked to someone, I said, you know, you can't take this for the rest of your life. And he says, well, my doctor seems to think that I can. Well, then there was a note on the radio that Fen-Phen was killing people. It was causing blood clots and people were having strokes and heart attacks. They lost weight. Then they stopped taking the Fen-Phen and they gained the weight back. So it's as I say, you know, you want to lose weight? Well, there's this stuff called cocaine. I hear you lose a lot of weight on cocaine. I'm not using it. And then, of course, there's impact. You know, and impact is very nebulous. Does what you're doing to lose weight have a negative impact on the environment, your family, your relationships? I mean, what's the cost? Not just to you, but to everyone. If you found scientific evidence that, you know, drinking white tiger blood was going to make you thin, and then you went out there and you killed the last of the white tigers to get that blood and be thin, well, that's not worth it. You might be a dick and say, hey, it's worth it to you, but it's not worth it to the world. And this could cause you a significant loss of freedom. So, on the one hand, impact bleeds into quality of life. But quality of life and quantity of life are also connected. So, if you're really miserable, you're probably not going to live very long. Anyway, so this is a thing. Every now and again, I'm going to remind myself of this. And every now and again, I'm going to come in here and remind you of this. That's the world we live in. That's what I'm going to do. Anyway, thank you for sharing this moment with me. I'm Richard.